So maybe I shouldn't have been surprised the night he leaned across the table, eyes shining with both mischief and seriousness, and asked the question that would change everything. It was late. We had just finished dinner. I was tired but happy, sipping my glass of wine when he said it. What if we tried something most couples wouldn't dare? I laughed at first. Of course I did. It sounded like a joke, the kind of thing you say half seriously after a long day. But his expression didn't change. He was serious. And suddenly my heart was pounding. I didn't even know exactly what he meant yet, but I knew it was big. He explained slowly, carefully. Not rushing. He told me that he loved me more than anything, and that would never change. But after a decade together, he wondered what it would be like to break out of the box most marriages live in. He wanted us to try something unconventional. Not cheating. Not betrayal. Something we would choose and share together. At first, my mind raced with panic. What did this mean? Why was he asking this? Wasn't our life enough? But beneath the panic, I realized something else. He was giving me a choice. He wasn't demanding, he wasn't pressuring. He was inviting me. That night I couldn't sleep. My mind kept circling his words. On one hand, I felt fear. What if trying this changed everything? What if it ruined us? What if I couldn't handle it? On the other hand, I felt curiosity. A spark of something I didn't want to admit. And then there was trust. The trust we had built for a decade. The trust that made me believe, if anyone could try something this daring and come out stronger, it was us. For weeks we talked. Every night, after work, after chores, after the world went quiet, we sat down and laid it all out. Our fears. Our rules. Our boundaries. And little by little, I realized something. The choice wasn't about this thing we were trying. It was about courage. About daring to trust each other fully, even in the most vulnerable places. So finally, one night, I looked at him and said, "Okay. Let's try." I won't give you details, because honestly, that's not the point of this story. What I will say is this: the experience was emotional, vulnerable, terrifying and thrilling all at once. There were moments when my heart raced so fast I thought it would burst. Moments when I questioned myself. Moments when I looked at my husband and saw a side of him I had never seen before. And then there were moments of connection, deeper than anything we had felt in years. Not because of what we were doing, but because we were doing it together. Because we had chosen it together. Because even in the middle of something so daring, he never let go of my hand. The days after were strange. I kept waiting for regret to crash down on me. For guilt to creep in. For shame to take over. But it didn't. Instead, I felt closer to my husband. More seen. More loved. We had taken a leap into the unknown, and instead of breaking us, it pulled us together. That doesn't mean it was easy. There were moments we had to talk through emotions we didn't expect. There were questions, insecurities, even small doubts. But every time, we faced them. And every time, we chose each other again. Looking back now, I realize what this experience taught me. It wasn't about what we did. It was about who we are. We are a couple who dares to talk about the things most people keep locked away. We are a couple who chooses trust over silence. We are a couple who believes that marriage isn't a cage, it's a choice you keep making, day after day, year after year. And sometimes, that choice means stepping into something most people would never dare. So, if you're wondering whether this is something I would recommend to everyone, the answer is no. This worked for us because of the foundation we had built for years: trust, communication, honesty, love. Without that, it could have destroyed us. But for us, it brought us closer. Thank you for listening to my story. If it resonated with you, if you found yourself holding your breath the way I did living it, please don't forget to subscribe and like this video. I'll be back soon with more stories about love, choices, and the messy, beautiful truth about relationships. Until then, remember, sometimes the scariest choices lead to the strongest bonds.